Good morning. What a beautiful day. It's such a glorious day. I thought I would give my loyal friends on YouTube a guide to help you in your life in Thailand, the place that you all wish to be. So let's start today with how to be a Falang Ki Nok. I'm going to take some inspiration from some of the great Falang Ki Noks of the genre. For anybody that doesn't know what a Falang Ki Nok is, Falang Ki Nok is broken up into two terms. You have Falang, which is foreigner. And foreigner is believed to come from the Arabic term franc for French people, which is related to having a big nose. So they're essentially identifying us by our large nasal features. Ki Nok. Ki Nok means bird excrement. Now, when you translate that into one terminology, Falang Ki Nok, you can be a little bit loose with this, but essentially it means stingy foreigner. Essentially what it means. I mean, there's more detrimental terms. And remember, it's a colloquialism. It's a colloquialism that's been translated, so other people take it in a different terminology. But essentially, they're talking about the trash, the low-end people, these foreigners that come into Thailand that have no place to be there. I believe this terminology first popped up with these backpackers. They saw these backpackers coming in unwashed, spending no money, taking the joy of Thailand, the beauty of Thailand, the beauty of what it offered to the Western world, the sense of adventure, and not spending any money. So that's where it came from originally. And let me make a quick apology of not spending any money. I didn't charge my microphone, so we're using iPhone's internal microphone. You'll just have to go with it. We're not professionals out here. We're just out here having a bit of fun. But now the terminology has much greater meaning and much more important meaning to Thais, because they're beset by these Falang Ki Noks, these worthless, sackless invaders. And the hilarious thing is about all these Falang Ki Noks, many of them are some of the most racist people you could ever encounter. They hate that their country, back in England, back in America, Germany, Sweden, wherever, has immigration. But they consider themselves above those people that have immigrated to their countries because they've immigrated to a poor country. So they believe it elevates their social status. I can tell you, you're mistaken. Your social status is as low as it has ever been. So let's talk about these Falang Ki Noks and how to be one. So these bird excrement foreigners, these broke-ass, self-serving, sex-pat scumbags. Let's talk about them. How do you become a Falang Ki Nok? Well, the first thing you do is be broke. And how do you be broke? You spend 20, 30 years making sure you're not educated. You spend 20, 30 years doing bottom-end jobs or no jobs, not spending and saving for your pension. You spend 20, 30 years sitting around complaining about the boss because you know better than the boss, but in reality you don't. So you don't plan for your future. Tip 1, how to be a Falang Ki Nok. Tip 2, how to be a Falang Ki Nok. Be disrespectful. Be rude. It's against Thai values to go out of your way and talking politely about people that have caused you no harm, doing it for attention. This is losing face. These nasty, bullying farang sat on their balconies, they're the epitome of a Falang Ki Nok. The Thais despise these sickening people that are a scourge on their society. Number 3, this is a surefire way how to be a Falang Ki Nok. Be an alcoholic. If your only escapism from the miseries of your loneliness and failures in life is a bottle of cheap whiskey or some beers from 7-Eleven, you are going to be what they despise. They're going to hate every single bit about you. Number 4, don't learn anything about Thai culture or Thai language. You've lived in Thailand for many years, and of course Thai is a very difficult language. It's a tonal language. It's very difficult to pick it up on the ear. But if you're living in any country, for 5 years and above, and you can't have a basic conversation just to pass things over, this is just pure stupidity and laziness. There's no language on this planet I couldn't have a conversation in 5 years. I learned a complete language, and I'll put this in context. I was in my 20s, so it's certainly easy to learn things when you're younger. And it was a European language, so it was easier than Thai for sure. But still, it's considered one of the more difficult languages, and I learned it fluently within a year. So anybody can do it if you put the effort in, repetition, concentration, and focus. What number are we up to? Is that number 5? I may have miscounted. We'll carry on unabated. Number 5. Lie about things you have to elevate your social status. Now, what you would do, imagine you're a farmer, you're out here, you own these beautiful pastures in the lands. You'll tell the other farmer, oh, I just bought this land up here. This is all mine. But imagine the people you want to show off to are beer flies. What you'll tell them, you'll say, I have the biggest bar in Khon Kaen. I own it. Of course, it's not true. You don't own anything. You barely own a pair of underpants. But you've got to tell these people that you own the biggest bar in Khon Kaen. Lie about it. What a dad. Number 6, not understanding Thai culture. Now, this is a controversial one. But whying a bar girls is considered idiotic. And I'll tell you why. They're service people. Same as a taxi driver. You're exporting Western ideologies by thinking you're putting them on your level. That's not how it works. That's not how whying works. You can why your contemporaries at a certain level. You would absolutely why people that are considered socially superior to you, as in elders of the village or a monk or something like that. And there's different types of why. We can go into that at a different time. But whying bar girls to show what a nice guy you are. They think you're an idiot, and they'd be right. Falang Ki Nok, Falang Ki Nok. Here's that Falang Ki Nok again. What are we up to? 7? I've lost count. Number 7. Sitting on a beach all alone. Some lovely Thai person's there, trying to feed their family, trying to make a few baht. They walk across the street, they get you some ice, they give you the deck chair. They bring you a beer. The beer costs them 45 baht in 7-Eleven across the street. They try to sell you for 60 baht. You're so tight, you're so stingy. And you walk across the street and buy it yourself. This is the epitome of a Falang Ki Nok. Cheap, broke-ass bum. Doesn't want to share what he's had, the benefits of the West with these Thai people. He just wants to use their country. Use it and abuse it for his own means while pretending you're part of society. You're not. You're the bottom of society. Number 8. Some of you can't even count to 8, so we're doing pretty well so far. Being a ridiculous sexpat. Now let me talk about a ridiculous sexpat as opposed to a non-ridiculous sexpat. Let's imagine you're morbidly obese, very poor understanding of the English language, can't decipher between there, and there, for example. I mean, amazing. You spoke the English language for 60 plus years and you can't understand basic words. But we'll go on. We'll continue. Let's pretend that's not a thing. You're this fat, ugly looking thing. You look like an extra out of the Goonies. Didn't quite make the cut. When you walk into a room, people shout, "Hey, you guys!" Imagine you're this guy, but you want to build relations based on looks and youth. So you're trying to have relations with teens, boys and girls. They look at you as the scum on their shoe. They think of you as an absolute degenerate, awful human being. Terrible. Where are we up to? 9. Number 9. Let's try to get to 10. We can manage 10. Number 9. You can't have relations with Thai people. And I mean genuine relations, not based on finance, because you're an alcoholic. You're mean to these people. You want to control them. You're bitter and twisted that everybody's around you's left you. Of course they've left you. You're a grumpy old alcoholic, sat in some pathetic little bedsit, whining, complaining about the world, thinking you're putting it right, when in reality, you know, you're just jealous and bitter because nobody wants to be around you. Trying to get clout by attacking other people on the internet. Your whole social circle is trolling on the internet. And there's number 10. This is a surefire way to be a Falang Ki Nok. Spend your life being an internet troll because you're outside, you're in this beautiful country, but you're too fat, you're too ugly, you're too lonely, you're too unwanted to enjoy Thailand. Your only enjoyment of Thailand is I was sitting in a bar where you're spending 60 baht Bs in some pathetic expat bar, or sitting in a little fan room all alone with no friends to the world. And there you have it. How to be a Falang Ki Nok. But let me warn you, it's a misery and endless pit of desperation and loneliness. Save yourself from it. Work hard. Have a good income. When you go to Thailand, if you're going to live in a condo, live in the penthouse. Have a pool. Have good people around you. If you're sitting in one of those little fan rooms, little tiny little bed sits, and the only company is a bar owner that expects you to buy his time, a world of misery is coming your way. You have to lie about everything you've got around you. You have to attack people. You have to wear the same t-shirt every day because it's the only one they've got in your size. 16XL. What a life, what a life. I think we should call Falang Ki Noks Falang Ki Dads. Have a great day, everybody.